Hello, namaste. Welcome to Friday Talk with Mr. Kandel. It's already Friday and we have some important updates for this session. Today, at this moment, some students are planning for the departure for January intake, while some are still desperately waiting for decisions. In this regard, the Ministry of Immigration yesterday actually has made some changes for international, in the case of international students, that would be in working hours limit and also in income proposition, which Mr. Kandel will be talking about this matter. In the meantime, students are also in dilemma at this stage because they have applied for January intake, they have taken loan, and if they are deferring, then that would be maybe September intake in most of the cases. So that's why they are waiting for a decision desperately. So what would be the best option? This would be general information for all students out there waiting for the decision. So stay tuned till the end of the video and you will find it meaningful. So let's begin without further delay. Mr. Kandel, welcome to Friday Talk with Mr. Kandel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rigmi, and thank you all of our students and parents who are regularly watching this and advising us and giving feedbacks. We are wonderfully loving you all.
Yes, Mr. Kandel, let's cover the important news. Yesterday, the government of Canada, the Ministry of Immigration and Refugee, have made some significant changes for international students. Maybe there is some good news and also maybe serious news. Could you cover that, please?
Yes, Mr. Rigmi, Honorable Mark Miller, who is the Minister of Immigration, Canada, study has announced to increase the living cost of the international students because Canada is always welcoming international students and they want to make sure that all international students would experience the best in Canada while they are studying. So in order to avoid any frustration when you lack financial preparedness, they have given the tentative cost of living, which is $20,635 per year, which is excluding your tuition deposits and travel cost. So if you are planning to apply to Canada, please make sure that you can afford around $20,000 per year cost plus your tuition deposits and travel management cost. Yeah.
All right. So
and also, Mark Miller has announced to continue to give the waiver on 20 hours work limit until 30 April 2024. Those who have applied or who are in Canada before December 7th will be getting these facilities and this opportunity.
All students who have lost their visa before 7th December, who have already received study permit and who are already in Canada, they will be benefited from this directive.
Yes.
So it's really good news for all you guys. So Mr.
Rigmi, I want to add here some things like recently, we also talked in earlier episodes that it's not about the housing crisis, it's the matter of affordability. Exactly, it's the same thing, is being rectified by the Honorable Minister as well. Because when you are in Canada, limited, budget is not sufficient. For example, in the early days, before it was like $10,000 per year, which is not enough, to all the international students. So, housing and your foods and all that cost is increasing every year, and the same, limitation of, estimation of $10,000 is not enough. That's why $20,000 sounds very reasonable, and if you are planned and that way, your life in Canada can be really easy and you will not be complaining, Canada is difficult, it's difficult to get jobs and all that, because you have to keep in your mind that you are going to study in Canada firstly, and secondly, in order to get your Canadian work culture, Canadian work experience, and to manage your living expenses, you need to get some part-time job. So you should not take that as guaranteed. Sometimes it takes time, so you have to plan in advance of the cost of your living.
But it's good news for the students that they can work full time while studying. So
Yeah.
definitely, it's really good, news for us as well.
Yeah. Please don't be confused. Those who are in Canada or have applied before 7th of December are entitled to get this opportunity to work more than 20 hours until April 24.
Yes.
Yeah?
So students, that is why we have been time and again telling you that. So if you want to have part-time job easily and you want to make sure that you find accommodation very easily, try to diversify the location. Canada is not only Toronto and Ontario.
Yeah.
There are several other provinces, several other reputed popular university and colleges where you can apply.
Yeah.
So come to Goreto Consultancy. Our first priority would be that we try to take you out of the Toronto. Yes, Mr. Kandel.
Exactly.
Could you please add some points on this topic?
Yes, so as you told Mr. Rigby, most of us understand Canada equal to Toronto, and actually we have various colleges in Toronto. That's why also many students prefer to go to Toronto, and many relatives of students are staying in Toronto. That's why also they want to go to Toronto. But as per the current situation of the crisis and housings and all that, we recommend you to diversify the study locations. I mean, you can go to other locations also. We have many choices. And when we talk about Canada, if we think going outside of Canada is not good, that's a very wrong conclusion. In fact, many colleges, especially public colleges, they are equipped with every facilities, and the cities are planned and everything is planned. You don't need to worry that if you are going outside of Toronto, your life is not going to be.
And we don't have any complaints from
Yes.
those students who have gone to outside the Toronto.
Yes, actually,
So-
we have Lambton College, Sarnia locations, the very best locations. We have other locations in Kingston, St. Lawrence College, right? We have Georgian College
In Barrie.
Barrie. There are many colleges outside of Toronto, especially in Ontario. It's
And go for
perfect
that.
to go for that.
Yes, so that was about new directive, and it's really good for students.
Yeah.
So Mr. Kandel, so let's come back to the serious topic. Here many students are desperately waiting for the decisions.
Yeah.
Yes, they have applied for January intake, and some programs are already closed for May.
Yeah.
So if they have to defer, they need to go for September intake.
Exactly.
So they might have taken loan, and they might not bear loan for long period of time. So this
Yeah.
is the scenario. So in the case of colleges or university, can we advise them best? How can actually, when can they start deferring? It's really subject matter. We have been extending the the time period of the deferral. So, many students are calling their respective counselor and they are asking for when they defer, but we are just making them wait for some time.
Yeah.
So Mr. Kandel, please
So
advise the best.
before answering that, I would like to add 3 points here to students. Please don't apply to Canada if you don't have patience. Don't apply to Canada if your financial standings are not good. And don't apply to Canada if you cannot resource yourself. Right? So when giving these points, I would like to come back to the question of deferring. So those students who have applied for January 24 and still not getting their visa decisions by this date, I strongly suggest you to go for a deferral. In the previous times, visa decisions were quite faster, and students were not very much deferring the next intake. But recently, due to Canada and India tension, we know all that there are less numbers of visa officers who can assess your documents and reach out to the decision. So it is taking time. That's why now it's time to go for a deferral. And when we go for a deferral, we have to go for May, that is ultimate intake. And if programs are not available in May intake, you have to go for September. Now, students have that concern. I have taken loans, I have this, and this you have to bear in your mind before applying visa. In any adverse situation, you should not be having negative, thoughts. Okay, you should have this patience level, and we have already started to go for a deferring the students program. Some students are fortunately getting May intake, some are gone for September intake. in any way your visa documentation, your visa application is under process, and anytime you will be getting your visa decisions. And in between, if you get your visa decisions, we can rethink, we can request to colleges if they have seats from May.
Yeah.
You will be getting seats from May. Otherwise, you have to go for September also.
Yeah.
But when you are waiting for the decision, I just want to request you to prepare yourself for many skills. We are talking always about these things, right?
So, Mr. Kandel, there are some colleges, they are still accepting for the course registration. For example, KPU, they have given the deadline. If they have, actually sign up for the January intake, so they can, how long they can wait? In the case of KPU, Seneca, Georgian,
yes,
and other college, University of Canada West.
Okay, so University Canada West, please go for a deferral for April or July. For KPU, they have given us the deadline for 15. It is not formal, but let's be practical. If you get your visa decisions by December 15, and it will take.
You have planned for January intake. Yeah.
So still you can make for KPU. For Georgian is already started, and you have to defer your program after 1 week of your class starting date in most of the colleges. Seneca College is still, if you think you are likely to get your visa decisions, you can wait
within couple of days.
In couple of days. And the St. Lawrence College already deadline is there, and many students have already gone for deferral. And the Conestoga College and Centennial College, we have Lambton College already given extension until December 10th. If you receive your decision by that time, you are likely to attain January intake. Otherwise, you have to go for a deferral.
And college will contact for
college
that.
will contact also. I think most of the students who have applied to Lambton, they have already received email from Lambton College. And so Fleming College, Toronto, Niagara College, Toronto, they have already started deferring. There is no way that you can wait. Already deadline is completed for January intake. And we have in North Island College, they have some days left, but I think it's better to go for a deferral. And similarly, most of the colleges, please go for a deferral.
So if we talk about SAIT.
Yes, SAIT also, they have individually sent emails to students, and they have requested you to register the programs. If you have not received your visa decisions, please go for a deferral. And I don't think for SAIT we have many students who are waiting for the decision. Almost everyone, they have got their decision and they are joining for January.
There are still some programs. Some students who have applied for journalism. Couple of them are waiting for the decision for January.
I would advise them to go for a deferral, please. Please visit Corridor Consultancy and we can help you.
Alright, so dear students, please make sure that you are checking your mails repeatedly at this stage. You are getting very important emails from your college, from consultancy. Make sure you are also checking messages from Corridor Consultancy. We are sending you messages frequently, reminding deferral, course registration and other important issues. So that was all about today in this session, Mr. Kandel.
Mr. Rigme, I think we would like to focus on PTE. Recently, many students have that confusions about PTE. Some are saying, okay, I have 58, I got visa. My friend had 55, he got visa, and that kind of news we are hearing. But at Goretu, we strongly suggest you to have East Band 60 in your PTE, please. Because last time we had attended one program at Hyatt Palace, and we had opportunity to ask the question on PTA requirement, and they said to make 60 East Band as the base.
And it is possible. In fact, trust us, more than 100 students, those who were refused due to low PTE score, later they improved it and they have received their study permits. They have given several times until they get East Band 60 and finally they have received their study permit. So don't worry if you have less score, talk to your counselor and follow his instruction. Over the time they will they will make you motivated until you get the good score, and later we can apply. And achieve your dream to study in Canada.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Kandel.
Yes.
So let's conclude for today.
And I think a visa timeline.
Yes, so visa timeline.
Visa timelines are like not continuously, improving. I mean, some October they have given.
It's very
given
fluctuating,
decision.
yes.
Yeah. For those who are applying for September 10, 11, 12 until 20, are waiting for decision. Whereas those students who applied in October, they have got the visa decisions. This is not in chronological way. Please wait, be patient, and hope for the best. We wish you all the best. And in terms of visa approval date, actually this is the thing we have to be very hopeful, because no much refusals as
Yes,
we
so
were
if you have
expecting.
like eligible score in
Yes.
IELTS,
If you meet English language proficiency level,
Yes.
if your financial documents are okay, if your program choices are okay, and SOP is well, and if you have paid 1 year tuition fee, in this case, most of the students have got their study permit approval.
Yes.
So you don't need to worry. If you meet the eligibility criteria, definitely you are going to get visa. In the case your visa is rejected, please contact. We will sit together. We will see the reasons and we will reapply. You can get in next attempt.
all right.
Yeah.
So that's all for today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Bye bye. Take care.